Alright, this video is sponsored by caffeine. This is gross, but at least it doesn't have any sugar. Usually there's like an invisible sword of neurodivergent / content creator perfectionism hanging above me when I do anything about talking to the internet, and every skerrick of trying to be anarcho, cross-punk, whatever, hates this stuff. I hate, coming out with things like this and I'm doing a big vision mission set. Knock it off. We're a small-time podcast, yeah? I don't think that I'm Joe Rogan. I don't have... Oh, Butters is here. Hello, Bubba. Say hello to everyone. Everyone, this is our mascot, Butters. So, Butters, what's your thoughts on Spotify? You don't like him. Alright, he may be noisy in the background because I've just got home. I am... Where was I? So, this is directed at primarily listeners of the podcast, all, I don't know, 3 of you. Don't have my laptop in front of me, riffing. But this is for my Spotify followers, but it's for the whole IFC community. And once again, just reiterating, this isn't me being like, fire and brimstone, but it's a position statement, yeah? I'm not going to even pretend that I think that everyone's closely following every little post and just so into it and following ISC stuff. No, it's mad cap, I don't expect people who are into Alien RPG and Deep Rock Galactic, the board game, to be into Discordance Axis and crappy bass covers. Shush, buddy. He's licking my leg. Stop it. So I have no qualms about not thinking that I'm a bastion of the online community. I'm not, man. I put this on. Shout out to Dripped, by the way. I put this hat on just to reiterate the point that I'm just a kook, man. I'm in me flannel. I'm just some guy in a room with a small time, completely volunteer led and run galactic outer rim in a way that the Hutts or then the Empire can't even touch. We're so far that back out. So I bring this up with no pretense, but to quote a wise man, he's not really, Randy Marsh, I'm doing this because of integrity, yeah. Again, I'm not going to sit here and you can do your own research for once, frankly. I put out a post yesterday on socials with my vehement disgust about Spotify. Don't even have the bloke's name in front of me. Whoever the CEO is, frankly, doesn't deserve my time or research. I'm done. I run the show, so the team are aware, but as far as I'm concerned, it's like it or lump it or leave it, and it's same for you guys, the community. Inner strength check. We're fucking out, okay? $600 million AI military company. How do you manage to pull as the someone steering the ship of a music platform that's egregiously disgusting in so many ways that me cancelling my premium membership last night was just years coming, and not very punk rock of me, admittedly, to suck in this long, but whatever, man. Cognitive dissonance is a hell of a drug, huh? And sometimes the cognitive dissonance, some things happen, and you take that values clash that's been simmering for a while, and you just do something with it. And this is me doing something with it. So I don't know if I'm going to churn this into audio and chuck it up on Spotify, the podcast itself. I just want to advise that for Spotify listeners, again, all 2 of you, and probably no one following the escapades with any regularity, but just in case, for anyone who likes to get their inner strength check content from Spotify platform, I may be uploading this just as a bit of a statement, but as far as I'm concerned, we are out. Now, I can go through the litany of sins that is Spotify, and you all know it. Like, I'm doing punk and metal stuff. Like, we all know it, and we're all sub to it. It's big tech, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure, like, I'll migrate to something equally as morally heinous, but just a few examples, yeah. Go look at the decimal places of how many, bucks per play for any artist on Spotify, and contrast that with their quarterly profit and loss statements. That says enough writ large as it is. Additionally, Spotify were caught out, and shout out to Dave Jackson from schoolofpodcasting.com for bringing this up. Dave Jackson, by the way, and Ed Zitron of Better Off-line podcast, the one man really, really keeping big tech journalism real. Shout out to homeboy Ed. Dave Jackson, Ed Zitron, I'd say you guys were the two catalysts for this decision actually as well. So thank you, and go check those guys out if you want real, genuine advice about podcasting and the podcasting business, and the realities of it, but in a good and motivating way. And Ed Zitron's Better Off-line podcast if you just want actual tech journalism. And I haven't caught up with his pod, but I'm sure he's pipped me to the post on this news, because it's fucking egregious. Like, really? You're gonna start an AI? I don't know, guys. I don't know about you, but I'm thinking that this video may one day be unearthed by, let's use a Fallout example, yeah? Love Fallout, at least Fallout 3 in New Vegas, yeah? Someone from the New California Republic or Kaiser's Legion may plug this, plug files into a Pip-Boy somewhere and watch this in the future. So, hello from the future. In the irradiated nuclear hellscape, we had a good run, and it all went to Skynet hell in 2025. And you're watching an anthropological piece from one of the many now ash-laden, irradiated corpses of the World War III that feels like it's about to kick off. Hopefully not. So especially in that context, yeah, world conflict, we have before and after photos of just carpet bombing across the Middle East. Civilians dying, collateral damage. Again, Better Off-line, go listen to his podcast. Go listen to the untold destructive damage on misinformation, public discourse, factual accuracy. People's lives are actually being affected in tangible and real ways by artificial intelligence. And the one example, and God rest this poor person's soul, there was someone in the UK, and again, you can fact check this, but I think it was the UK, but someone, I think that was Bard AI, or, some form of AI, but they saw a mushroom, and I'm pretty sure it was Google Lens, or they asked somewhere, and they went, is this safe to eat? AI went, yeah, that looks all right. In fact, that's a white mushroom. Go for it. It's lovely in a casserole. Fam, it was something, I'm pretty sure it was like Death's Angel Trumpet or something. That person died. Dead. So, I'm being alarmist, but you can't understate the incalculable socioeconomic, individual, community, and otherwise untold damage just of the AI side alone. And this flog, who, again, according to news from Dave Jackson, which is straight from the horse's mouth, the Spotify's actually been churning a lot of their own. You know how some people will be like so desperate to become content creator, and that's not their fault. That's the game that has been set up by big tech, speaking of, that they'll sit there and replay their own reels or their own songs and stuff just to get play counts up. Turns out Spotify has been doing some really, really shady shit with artists there to internally prop up their own numbers. You can go look at you can go look at the stats on that. It's not that long ago that some stuff came out about that, and that was already okay. So I'm a premium member because Dead Kennedys give me convenience or give me death, and when little brief ads that are always you can get premium on my free Spotify. But no, chat, I'm pulling the pin. Allow me to yell for a second, get a little bit angry for a second here. Get fucked. Get absolutely fucked. No. So, sorry, Spotify followers who feel slightly and mildly inconvenienced by the fact that they may need to go to one of our 7 other hosting platforms. I'm not sure where I'm going to go. As mentioned in my post yesterday, and if you're a local of the Metro Melbourne, Greater Geelong region, there's a couple of pints and a pat on the back and a thank you from me in it for, sincerely, for someone who can, because Spotify for Creators is... it's actually quite good in its integration for you get what you pay for, devil's bargain, free podcast hosting app. It auto syncs up to our 6 or 7 different platforms. And forgive me if I've missed one, but we are on Amazon Music, which is again egregious. Apple Music. We were on Stitcher and a bunch of others that are now defunct. iHeartRadio, Pocket Casts, Good Pods, Radio Public. There's a few more that I've probably missed, and hello to those people that I have. So if anyone out there can recommend me a solid alternative, if anyone also, because I'm stating this is taking up my self-mandated lunch break, and at 12 minutes it's halfway through. I've got social work to do. I've got important human services things to do. So that's me. I'm not going to big note myself, but I've got important stuff to do. And I love this podcast and I love this blog and I love my team. But I don't have the time and I don't have the energy to sit there and do my usual autism, ADHD, painful stepwise comparison of who's the best. I'm going to do it and probably take some time. But in advance, if anyone out there has themselves migrated from Spotify and found a platform that has the same functionality in put out an episode and it syncs up to all those apps and feeds, because thing is, guys, like I've mentioned the neurospicy thing, and it's not my whole personality, but cognition's a huge thing there. Running a blog and podcast is actually, thank God for it being a hyperfixation and special interest. I think that just tips the scales over because it's cognitively very, very, very draining work, especially in our current big tech app environment. So while I would appreciate, I will go off and do my own research around it and just see what a good alternative podcasting host is. If anyone knows of one that I can migrate these episodes to without having to individually upload 4 years of podcast content and manually input the data, because I tell you what, again, I've got a business to run, I've got a podcast to run, I've got my mental health to my mental health and my ND stuff to keep in check. I don't have the time or the energy to basically re-upload an entire podcast. So what I'm thinking is this, okay? This is what I've been thinking before I hit record on this. What I think I'll do for now is that I will, kind of grandfather, I'll leave Spotify as it is. This or a version of this will go up. Socials, Spotify, YouTube, as an announcement. It's my final hooroo because they're not getting any more of my business. And the other side of it is if in migrating to a new platform, I need to manually retrospectively go back and relink all the old episodes. Just a bit of a heads up. It may not be seen by those accessing things at different times. There might be some broken links here and there. A solution in the meantime is that we do have a podcast, audio only podcast, and a video podcast channels on YouTube. So I may go back and start putting some of those in as kind of like footnotes, just in case migrating elsewhere goes a bit bust with the embeds on our blog posts. But formally and officially, I'm going to quote Dennis Glenn Howerton playing Dennis in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Spotify's Frank Reynolds in this case, and I'm going to say, you can go fuck yourself in your fat fucking ass. We're done. We're out. I don't know what it's going to look like in terms of transitioning the podcast to another platform. Sticking with YouTube runs into all the Google-facing, morally egregious, what a hypocrite options. But the last I checked, there wasn't any news about Google happily jumping their leadership, happily skipping over into a fucking AI military business, especially in the context of Google being a broader swath of services. Look, I'm being a hypocrite here, but what I'm saying, I'm just reiterating, a music platform? No, how dare you? So I don't know about you guys, chat. I've got I'm very bricking it about, okay, how do I go about years worth of insane playlists and stuff, and now I've got to adapt to a new modus operandi of listening. But I may just start going on Bandcamp or something. I probably will be a hypocrite and still have Spotify and just suffer through free as a listener, as a consumer. But I already don't feel good about that. So this has been a long rant, but I'm just putting up something on socials. This may also act as a bit of a very unstructured, untethered thing for the end of the Inner Strength Check Spotify thing for in the future. Be sure to keep clued in with us we've got plenty of channels and mediums. We've got the website, innerstrengthcheckpodcast.com. We have social media, which you're possibly viewing this from. There is YouTube. So if there actually happens to be someone out there that can't miss new ISC content, which I'm not going to blow my own horn, I doubt it, but if you are someone that's like, well, damn, man, hate to see you go, I'll say that this announcement's going up on Spotify, and that in the show notes for that episode, if I have a bit of a transitory phase with new episodes, because I do have episode 50 coming, which is a little bit more this style because it's our 50th episode special. So I'm not going to dink around with notes and stuff. It's going to be a bit more of a chill vibe from the heart chat from me to you. And yeah, so this is Brady on behalf of the Inner Strength Check team signing the fuck off from Spotify. How dare you? That's all I can say. This was intended to be like a snappy thing, but it's not. And if I upload this as a reel, no one's going to be surprised. You've read my reviews, they go forever. So this doubles as a PSA, the world's longest social media video. A really open, honest, I wanted to put my face to this. I'm a lot more calm and measured in how I'm talking about this than how I feel. I could throw my smartphone across the room and snap that fretless in half over my knee right now, but I won't, because I'm a millennial and I love my phone, and I'm a bassist and I love that Corvette. So I won't do that, but that level of vitriol is there. I've had enough. There's been so many little ticks and strikes. It's a bridge too far. The Inner Strength Check team is done in terms of Spotify. For the followers, you will have access to the episodes. I'm not sure if I'll delete them or pull them down. I don't feel good about keeping them there forever, but at the very least, this may serve as an endpoint for people scrolling through the podcast history. Just so you know, it ends here. And as of today, what is it, 21st, 22nd of June or something? Date's good. I've got nothing in front of me, guys. I'm just chatting my phone. I'm doing that YouTube content creator thing. But the buck stops here. We're out. I will make the necessary adjustments as a listener of music services. Inner Strength Check will make the necessary adjustments as a team and as a podcast. If you've got any issues or umbrage with this, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. You can take your money elsewhere. Like, I'm not going to pretend that, oh no, it's okay. We're just a small little podcast, man. Be humble about it. It's fine. Like, see ya. I'm not going to be angry about it. Like, podcast listenership and social media things, like, most people are going to get clicked in this because they're going to go, what the? That's not a reel. That's a novel. So it's fine. That's okay. Take your business elsewhere. I won't begrudge you. There's plenty of more organized and less tangential ramblings in the podcast world than this. But to sum up, Spotify people, you may get this in audio form. It's not my usual, more scripted and thought out thing. Spotify doesn't deserve that as far as I'm fucking concerned. So this is me formally signing off from that platform as a paid subscriber, as the owner and operator of Inner Strength Check. Sometimes you've got to take a stand, even if that stand makes everyone on Instagram go, oh, damn it, I thought this was going to be a minute. Too bad. Yeah. I don't know what to say, chat. If you're coming in hot off of the algorithm, welcome. You'll get much more fantastically succinct, schmick, and concisely structured content from the other team members. That's the beauty about having a diverse team. You won't get that from me. But what you'll get from me is an admission of guilt, not pretending that I am as punk as my backwards hat would think. A mea culpa, it's been too long. We're out of here. And you guys go enjoy your day. We'll be updating you on the website and that sort of thing. I would have a newsletter, but I don't have time, and I frankly don't have the money, and podcasting's not a cheap hobby. So yeah, most likely bet from here is check the show notes on Spotify, check in with our socials, check in with our website. There are plenty of forms and mediums to keep up to date on what's happening with us. I'm not going to bend over backwards all the time for everyone. You can do a little bit of homework yourself. So yeah, future episodes, let's see where we go with this. But $600 million AI military company, fuck off. So, as always, peace, love, and grindcore, Brady. Thank you for listening to my rant, and enjoy your day. I'm going to go scoff some food because my self-appointed lunch break's nearly up. and I'm going to go get back into my business and not think about those vlogs where this podcast is concerned ever again. Again, episodes stay up for now. This may be where we part ways if you absolutely can't hack an alternative to Spotify. That's okay. That's all right. I don't begrudge you, but have a great day. And yeah, stay safe. Take it easy out there. It's 2025. It's all that needs to be said. You can describe it as something, but it's 2025. It's real. It's real out there. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for listening to another edition of War and Peace. I really got Tolstoy, run for Tolstoy's money just in pure talking. So yeah, but keeping it real. This is who I am. This is how I am. This is how I talk. This is my announcement. Cheers. Thank you. Love you guys. Love your work. Once again, shout out to Lachlan Dale for bringing this to my attention. Shout out to Dave Jackson of School of Podcasting for really reiterating that this decision should have been made a long time ago, just because other hosts are better. And shout out once again to Ed Zitron. Keep tech journalism real and keep it on safe. I fucking love your work, brother. I'd love to have you on my podcast sometime, but you're a busy man, and I'd actually rather step off and just let you keep cracking on with your content, because big tech, journalism, and open source media in the world needs folks like you that aren't going to suck up. So yeah, this sounds like brown nosing, but I'm signing off with shout out to Ed Zitron and Better Off-line. Top-notch work. Sick. Cheers, guys.